were non-fatal. This event was reported as a person with a deadly weapon call on December 5th, 2024 at approximately 2:20 a.m. in the 1500 block of Cobb Lane. You can see the scene to my left. The officer-involved shooting occurred in the 1500 block of Northeastern Avenue. The officers involved in this incident are Officer Justin Lee. He is 38 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2021. Officer Lee was armed with an American Defense Corps Patrol Rifle 223, equipped with a tactical light and optic. This investigation revealed he fired 3 rounds. The second officer involved in this incident is Officer Victor Robinson. He is 36 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2017. Officer Robinson was armed with a Staccato P 9mm handgun, equipped with a tactical light and optic. This investigation revealed he fired 5 rounds. Both officers are assigned to the Tourist Safety Division, Downtown Area Command. The suspect is identified as Luis Sanchez Gomez. He is 46 years old. He's 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs 160 pounds. Sanchez Gomez was armed with a Combat 4 armored stun baton, as well as a kitchen knife. You can see the picture of those items to my left. Sanchez Gomez was arrested for the following charges: 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon on a protected person, 1 count burglary, and 1 count resisting a public officer with a deadly weapon, not a firearm. The details of the officer-involved shooting are as follows. On December 5th, 2024, at approximately 2:20 a.m., LVMPD Communications received reports of a male armed with a bat in the 1500 block of North Cobb Lane. The person reporting stated the male was swinging the bat and attempting to strike citizens and vehicles passing in the area. Officers arrived on scene and observed a male matching the description, wrapped in a blanket, standing in the middle of the roadway on Cobb Lane. The male was later identified as Sanchez Gomez. As officers attempted to establish containment, he walked near businesses located in the 1500 block of Northeastern Avenue. He then stopped in front of an unoccupied laundromat, where he used what was believed to be a bat to make entry by smashing the front window. After a few moments inside the laundromat, Sanchez Gomez exited and walked toward another business where he smashed the glass door. In attempts to de-escalate, officers ordered him to drop the bat. Officers issued verbal commands ordering Sanchez Gomez to drop the weapon and advised him that if he did not comply, he would be struck with a beanbag. An officer then deployed a low-lethal beanbag round at Sanchez Gomez, causing him to turn his attention towards officers. He then began to advance towards officers with the weapon raised above his head. As officers continued to deploy low-lethal rounds at Sanchez Gomez in an attempt to stop him. As he continued to close the distance, Officers Lee and Robinson simultaneously discharged their weapons, striking Sanchez Gomez, causing him to fall to the ground. While on the ground, officers observed Sanchez Gomez armed with a knife and attempting to push himself up. As he attempted to stand, an officer deployed 2 additional low-lethal beanbag rounds, causing him to remain on the ground. Officers issued verbal commands, both in Spanish and English, to get him to drop the weapon and comply. Sanchez Gomez then dropped the knife, and officers were able to move up, place him in custody, and begin to render aid. Medical personnel responded and transported Sanchez Gomez to UMC, where he remains in critical condition. We will play you a series of videos from the OIS. First, you will see the air unit footage, followed by the body-worn cameras of our involved officers.
Contract here. I'm kind of hard at it. I gotta action before I get that. I understand. This is 7-7, now bringing it to 15:45. Copy. Big girl, we're on the move on the thing like this. Fine. Control, we have any other units in route? Can we get a unit to set up on Inkle Drive? Looks like they're boarding him. He's running towards officer now. Shots fired, shots fired.
This is Officer Robinson's body-worn camera.
And then, what it looks like.
Let's go. Hey! Drop the bat!
Drop the bat now! Hey, there's people in there.
Hey, we gotta move up.
I understand.
We gotta move up. Hey! Hey! Drop the bat! Drop the bat! Drop the bat!
That's the voice, bro! Hey, stop heading now! Into the feedback!
We can't let him get here.
Stop faster! Into the feedback! Feedback! Drop it! Into the feedback again! Drop it! Into the feedback!
Now we will play Officer Lee's body-worn camera.
He's gonna break that one.
Hey!
Oh wait, who's verbal?
Hey, stop heading now! Into the feedback! Stop faster! Into the feedback! Feedback! Drop it! Into the feedback again! Drop it! Drop it!
And as you can see from this still, Sanchez Gomez was charging officers while still holding the baton. This concludes our briefing. Does anyone have any questions?
It looks like there was potentially something red on the knife. Like, do you know if that was blood, if he'd been in any physical altercations where he used it?
I do not know if the blood was from before the officer-involved shooting or after.
And then it sounds like one of the officers said there's people in there. Was he referring to that second business?
I believe so.
Had you had any interactions with him before? Was he known to officers?
From the information I received, is he's had interaction with the police in past years, but nothing recent in this last year.
So, one of the officers deployed beanbag shotgun. It didn't seem super effective in stopping him. Can you sort of walk through when beanbag shotguns are deployed, sort of what their intent is in stopping suspects?
Well, just like I mentioned earlier, we deploy them to try and de-escalate the situation. They're using verbal commands, trying to get him to stop. They believe that potentially people's lives are in danger due to him busting in these businesses. And the low lethal round is used to cause pain, cause them to drop the weapon,